everybody, welcome back. It's Joe White here again for another edition of Live Free. Happy New Year, everybody. And it's January 3rd at this recording date. So many of you are on your way to follow through your resolutions, and the rest of 90% of you are stumbling already. Don't worry, it's human nature that we get caught up. Why in the world would we choose one day out of the year to say, this is the day I'm going to follow through? Or if you start it, I don't want to sound like Mr. Doomsday, but 90% of you are going to fail. And it's not because you don't want it. It's not because you don't desire it. It's not because it wouldn't make your life better. What it is you have a lousy strategy. It's the game plan going into it. We think mindset is it. If I just think I can, I think I can, I can. Look, I'm all for positive thinking, but positive thinking is not going to get your butt off the couch and get you to the gym or out running or not to the refrigerator or whatever you need to do. So there's got to be a better formula, a better system out there for us to achieve, because we're pretty good at achieving when we set our minds to it. When it becomes that absolute must, we find a way. But very often, when we set our resolution, we set our goals, it's not a must. It's a should, it's a want, it's a like, the thing I do. But it's not absolutely committed. So I'll share with you a very simple success formula. It's 3 steps. I learned that many, many years ago. Number 1 is you have to raise your standards. It's that simple. The standards that you're living by are not the standards that you need to have to create the result. You got to raise them. You got to raise them to a point where it challenges you, to cause you to take radical and massive action. We don't want to dabble. That's what we do. We end up dabbling in our lives, sticking the little toe into the water, getting comfortable. Change is not about being comfortable, okay? I've said this before. Too often we want growth, but we're not willing to change. It's about jumping in. I'm not saying be foolhardy. Use your ability to be intelligent. But we don't need to comfort in the areas that we need to grow in. We need to grow. We need to step out there and really condition ourselves to be willing to change. So right now, you're still saying, hey, I may not have time to work out if that's one of your goals or that's your resolution. But you know what? If your standards are high enough, you would get up early enough, you will stay up later, you would find a way. You would say, you know what? I'm not going to McDonald's or Burger King for lunch. I'm going to go out running. It's too cold. I'm going to bring the clothes. We will find a way when it becomes a must. The first step is raise your standards. Number 2, you got to examine your limiting beliefs or the stories that you've been telling yourself why you can't create it. Look, if you believe that dieting, right, we know this, like we all heard D-I-E, the word dying, diet, we know that kind of stuff. But if your limiting belief that it's impossible, or every single time you failed, or that you run out of willpower, or you're not good enough, or you'll never find the love of your life, or you'll never achieve what you want, if that's what you believe, that becomes true. It's not positive thinking. It's systematically understanding how your brain operates. And your brain's like a computer. If you say you can't, you can't. If you say you can, no, it's not guaranteed, but you're much further along to be able to create what you want. And the third thing is action. The third key here is to really develop an effective strategy. See, I think that's where we get caught up. We create lousy strategies. We expect that we can go out and run 10 miles the first day of never working out or haven't working out in 20 years. And then the next day we feel like crap and we don't follow through the next day. And then the resolution becomes a should, and then a maybe, then it alters, and then it just becomes pushed aside for something much, much more empowering, like, oh, let me go down to the old country buffet real early so I get everything I want nice and hot. We've got to define what we want by creating a higher level, a higher thought out strategy. One that works. Look, some people like to work out like a madman. I'm all for it. But some people, I think it's more about creating a steadier approach to keep you engaged, to keep you in that process. Because the more you do something, whichever one you feed out the workout. I'm stuck on workout, so I'm going to keep talking about that. If you're feeding the part of you that wants to work out, that's going to grow. And you feed out the one that's supposed to stay in the comfortable bed when it's cold outside, that's going to be the person, okay? So the active or inactive, the person goes out and create with the lazy person that doesn't want to do anything. Whichever one you feed is going to start dominating. So it's better to stay in the game and have a consistent diet, put it that way, of what you want, and build up that muscle than to just go out there one time. So you want to create that a strategy that's going to work for you, a strategy that's going to empower you, a strategy that's going to keep you going. And in that strategy, there must be one more key, and that is you must take massive action. Yes, massive action. Too often we take little action, and we wonder why we get lousy results or little results. No, everything doesn't work. But massive action sends a signal to the brain that something's different here, that something's going to change. So look, let me review. Number one, you want to raise your standards. Not a little, but a lot. Number two, you got to align your beliefs. Create stories of how you'll be able to achieve, not why you can't. And three, you got to develop an effective strategy. Okay, in that effective strategy, you must have one component, and that's called taking massive action in order to get what you want. The easiest way to do this is two easy ways. Number one is to get an accountability buddy, get a coach, get someone to guide you, keep you on track, help you, because too often we can't see the very thing that's in front of us because we're so focused on where we're at in that moment. It's like if I say go and put your face, well, it's kind of hard with the high definition TVs, but the old tube TVs. You would just put your nose and tell me what you say, put your nose against the screen, and you can't see anything but dots. And the reason why is you're too close. You got to pull back out. And the next thing is do something that gives you a level of structure. And a great way is that 7-day challenge I've been talking to you about. It's our gift to you. There's no cost involved. You don't get to the end of it and say, well, this is going to cost you. It's our way of creating that what we call E-square, that empowering environment. So please do it. Do it, okay? It's 7 days, a short video every day, 4 or 5 questions. You get to work with an actual coach who gives you some amazing feedback. And you'll be able to really take each, actually all these steps are right in there, where you start with understanding what you want and why you're not getting it. And you understand the psychology end of it, and then by the end of the 7th day, you have a written out goal plan. It's absolutely amazing. So I wish you a happy new year. Love to see you part of the 7-day challenge. If not, get an accountability buddy. Get a coach. Get someone to help guide you to where you want to be, or at least keep you on track and kick you in the butt if you need it. Until next time, my name is Joe White from Get Life Coaching. Have an outstanding day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.